So I went to make a video on how it's kind of annoying that the animal buddies, when it comes to Donkey Kong Country, the two new ones, that all we've gotten is Rambi. I was starting to talk about how like it's just kind of annoying that they brought back Rambi for the first one for returns, and then it was like, oh, like cool, like maybe they'll add another one or make a new one for Tropical Freeze, and then there was just still Rambi. That's how the video started, and I was trying to see if I could like cut it up to like make it work or whatever. There's no way. What I ended up realizing as I was talking about it is I started talking about like, yeah, it's kind of weird because then also like, I'm sure that the rare buyout with Microsoft caused, a lot of this stuff to happen because it's like then retro, they made their own thing. And then within their own thing, it's like, okay, so now a lot of the old stuff is gone. And I've always said, like, I don't mind if they try something new. I don't mind if they try something new. I would like, old mixed with the new. And then I started talking about how, well, even within their own games, you have returns, and then they didn't bring back any of the enemies from Returns to Tropical Freeze. So then even if I want to get into the new universe of Donkey Kong Country, it's still kind of difficult. And then I came to the conclusion of, wait a minute, Donkey Kong got shafted so bad. Because I was thinking about it, and I was like, huh. Because I brought up the comparison of Sonic, because I was like, well, Sonic games, sometimes there's like enemies that are familiar, sometimes there's areas that are familiar, but then you get some Sonic games where it's like there's almost like nothing familiar. And then it hit me. I was like, well, I mean, it's fine with Sonic because there's so many games that come out that it's fine. And then it hit me. Donkey Kong gets like no games. And I think that's why it bothers me more. Because it's not like, oh, they tried something new and now we have another one. And like, here's like some of the old stuff back, or like, here's a totally new experience of like, it's not even like a platformer. It's like just a different genre or something. Like just multiple games. Because then I was like, they make the Marios and the Kirby's and like I was going over all the games that the Switch has gotten, and I was like Yoshi got a game, and then it hit me. Metroid got a 2D and a 3D coming out for the Switch, and Donkey Kong has gotten Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake, Tropical Freeze port with Funky Kong, and Returns HD remake. That's it. No wonder why the feelings I have towards the series have gotten to where they have gotten to. Because if we had just been getting Donkey Kong games, I don't think I'd be holding on to this so much. Because I've always said Tropical Freeze as a platformer, amazing. But as a Donkey Kong game, I just can't get into it as much. And there's tons of different reasons. Like it could be like my age, like when I got into the old ones, all that stuff. But I started thinking about it, and I can't think of another series that currently is, well, okay, as soon as I said that, thought of F-Zero, Star Fox. So there are series that are getting shafted still. But Donkey Kong is supposed to be one of their like biggest titles. At least that's what I thought. Maybe they don't feel that way anymore. I don't know. But Donkey Kong's a pretty big name. And it's weird, too, when you think about it. Because the Mario Bros. Movie, there was a lot of Donkey Kong. And, I mean, they even had Cranky Kong in the movie. And they even had, like, cameos of the other Kongs and stuff like that. It's crazy when you think about it. Because then it's like, okay, well, then, like, the Switch, like, what's there to get? Like, just ports? That's crazy. Like, don't get me wrong. I've had people tell me, like, they'd get annoyed when they'd watch directs and stuff because, like, Donkey Kong hadn't gotten a game in a long time. And I was always more like, well, like, Nintendo isn't made for just me. So it's like, I watch the direct, I get happy for what like makes me happy, and then I don't really like sit there and go like, oh, there wasn't this or that. But thinking about all of it now, it is wild to think of that we really did actually just not get a new Donkey Kong game at all on the Switch. Like, it's finally hitting me. There just none, no new game. Isn't that wild? What I started to say in that other video, though, this is where like this video will get optimistic and more uplifting because, or more positive, because what I think might be happening is I think they might be getting ready to like really bring back Donkey Kong in a sense, where I shouldn't say like bring back, but like I was getting really into it in the other video. I was started saying like gonna be Monkey Mondays all the time, and it's gonna be Monkey Madness because I think so. There was a rumor that there was gonna be a Donkey Kong game coming out on Switch, and you know I know you can't just believe rumors, but let's just say that the rumor's true. What I kind of think happened is that since the Switch did so well, I think sometimes within the consoles it gets to a point where it's like, all right, well, we need some stuff for the next one. The games were doing super well, the Switch was doing super well. I kind of feel like they might have just pushed it to the next console. And I think that would kind of add up more to why we got just ports. Because the ports keep the name around. It gives people a chance to experience some of the games that they might have missed on. Because at this point, you can actually play every Donkey Kong Country on the Switch. You can play 1, 2, and 3, the originals, through the SNES app thing with the NSO, the Nintendo Switch Online service. And then you can, pretty soon, you'll be able to play Returns HD and Tropical Freeze, Funky Mode, whatever it's called. So that's pretty cool when you think about it, that you can play all of them on there. Still no Donkey Kong 64. I don't know what's up with that, but still, you can play all the country games, it is really cool. And considering that Donkey Kong was a big part of the Mario Bros. Movie, like more so than I would have ever thought. Like it's crazy to think that like Donkey Kong, if you would have told me as a kid, like, yeah, like Cranky Kong would be there and stuff like that, like it is so crazy to think of like how much that was like a part of the movie. The Donkey Kong 64 rap was in there. Like that's crazy. So then there was the rumored Donkey Kong movie as well. And it really makes me think that within like the first year of the next console, because for some reason, I just don't see Donkey Kong having a console, a release day, like console release day game. I don't know why. I don't see it happening. So I feel like within like the first year, we'll probably get a new Donkey Kong game. Because I feel like if like there's going to be the Donkey Kong section at the theme park, we have the rumored movie, which again, it's a rumor, but you know, Donkey Kong was so much in the Mario Bros. Movie that even if you don't count the rumor, Donkey Kong was so much in there. It's like, well, I don't think they're going to want to do nothing with the Donkey Kong name. And then the fact that we got all these ports, because the ports showcase that they're still aware of the series. They still want to push the series. I mean, the fact that, because I mean, even for a little bit, just getting the old ones to be available was like weird. It seemed like at first, because I think, yeah, it took a long time for the original Donkey Kong Country to come to the Switch on the SNES app on the NSO. Sorry, a lot of ums just because there's a lot of abbreviations, SNES and the NSO and all that stuff. So it took a while. I remember that. So now we have all of them on there. So I mean, it shows that they're clearly like, okay, like Donkey Kong, you know, is because if Donkey Kong wasn't on their mind, we wouldn't be getting these things. I mean, to be honest, I'm actually pretty surprised we're getting Returns HD. The fact that that's going to be the second time that that's ported, because it was ported to the 3DS, and now this is like the like ultimate edition. Like it's definitely the definitive edition, because it has the stuff that was added to the 3DS, and this one is in HD. So Definitely the definitive edition, and for me personally, it's the definitive edition because I don't have to use motion controls, and I can play it on the TV. But I think there's good things coming for Donkey Kong. I really do. But holy moly, did it really just get freaking shafted? It is mind blowing to really think that like the Switch got nothing. Nothing. Like, even though the PU, the Wii U got a new Donkey Kong game, and the Switch didn't. That is crazy. That is crazy. So I just wanted to make this video because I was going through that other one. I just couldn't believe how much it was like shifting. I wish I could upload it because it's honestly kind of neat to see like how it happened, but it was so many segmented topics that like I just don't think I could really get it to work. But yeah, it was a crazy realization to like have it finally hit me of like, wait a minute, we haven't gotten anything new Donkey Kong. But that's it for this video. And I am hopeful. I'm very hopeful. I do not think that we'll go the whole next console with no new Donkey Kong game. So hopefully it is something that we all can be happy with. For me personally, I just want some of the old stuff back. Like, my whole thing with that, just to like give a quick TLDR, is that like I don't mind if they try stuff new. It's just, for me, if you take some of the other series, it would be very weird for them to just remove like all of it and just like keep removing all of it. So I would just like it being mixed in. So hopefully that happens. I don't even need it to be Donkey Kong Country. Just give me Donkey Kong something. Hopefully it's not freaking Congo Bongo or whatever it was freaking called. Donkey Konga. Don't need that again. But yeah, I'm hopeful for Donkey Kong. And that's not to say that I don't want them to experiment. It's just that we haven't gotten a new Donkey Kong game literally for an entire console span. So I don't want to be playing bongos. I want it to at least, like, I don't mind if they experiment, but like give us like a semi-traditional one and then they can experiment. Please don't do a freaking Star Fox Zero and be like, yeah, Star Fox is back and now you got a freaking, please just give us, I don't mind if it's not Donkey Kong Country, but please, like, something more in the realm of Donkey Kong and then have at it.